Hello, welcome to our channel. Where in the world is Ghana? Many know little beyond its famous sons, Kwame Nkrumah, and the great footballer Abedi Pele. For those who haven't heard much about this West African nation, it might surprise you that Ghana is a very beautiful country. Let's get to know it better. At sunrise in Accra, the capital of Ghana, the day unfolds with the sound of waves from the Atlantic, the call of street vendors, and the hum of traffic gathering on Independence Avenue. The smell of fresh bread mingles with the aroma of waki, rice and beans cooked with leaves, sold in parcels wrapped neatly in banana leaves. Taxis and trotros crisscross the streets, while motorbikes weave between them with effortless rhythm. It is a modern African city alive with hustle and color, yet beneath its surface lies centuries of history. Ghana is not just another point on the map of West Africa. It is a nation whose story is woven with threads of empire, trade, resilience, creativity, and hospitality. To step into Ghana is to step into layers of memory, kingdoms of gold, castles of pain, forests of myth, and a modern people full of pride and energy. The name Ghana itself is symbolic. It was borrowed from the ancient Ghana Empire, which flourished centuries ago further north in today's Mali and Mauritania. That empire was so wealthy in gold that Arab traders referred to its rulers as kings of gold. When the British colony called the Gold Coast prepared to declare independence in 1957, leaders chose the name Ghana to claim that legacy of African greatness. When Europeans arrived on the Gulf of Guinea in the 15th century, they were lured by stories of immense gold wealth. The Portuguese built forts along the coast, soon joined by the Dutch, British, Danes, and others. Over time, more than 30 forts and castles dotted the shoreline, including Cape Coast Castle and Elmina Castle, massive structures of stone with whitewashed walls facing the sea. On the surface, they were trading posts for gold and goods. But hidden within were dark dungeons where enslaved Africans were kept in suffocating conditions before being shipped across the Atlantic. The door of no return, through which millions passed, still opens onto the endless sea. To walk there today is to feel history pressing down like stone. Yet, in a symbolic act of healing, modern Ghana also speaks of the door of return, welcoming descendants of the enslaved back to reconnect with their ancestral land. Even before colonialism, the lands of today's Ghana were home to mighty kingdoms, the Ashanti in the center, the Dagomba and Mamprusi in the north, the Fante along the coast. Among them, the Ashanti Kingdom rose to prominence. With Kumasi as its capital, the Ashanti built an empire around gold, warriors, and intricate political systems. Their culture still beats strongly in modern Ghana, preserved in traditions, festivals, and above all, the sacred Golden Stool. According to legend, the stool descended from the sky, carrying the soul of the Ashanti people. No king has ever sat on it. It is so sacred that even touching it is forbidden. Its symbolism speaks to Ghana's spirit. Leadership is not just power, but a connection to the soul of the people. On March 6, 1957, Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence from European colonial rule. Kwame Nkrumah, its first president, declared, "The independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa." His words electrified the continent, fueling liberation movements from Algeria to South Africa. Ghana became the torchbearer of Pan-African unity, hosting leaders and thinkers from across the world. Nkrumah's vision was bold: industrialization, education, African solidarity, but his rule ended in 1966 with a coup. Yet his legacy endures, etched into Independence Arch in Accra, remembered in the black star on Ghana's flag, and celebrated each year on Independence Day. Today, Ghana is a country that balances pride in its past with confidence in its future. Its attractions range from wild natural landscapes to vibrant cultural hubs. In Kakum National Park, Tourists climb a canopy walkway suspended high above rainforest trees, looking down at monkeys leaping between branches. In Mole National Park, elephants and antelopes roam across the savanna, and visitors can go on safari without leaving West Africa. Along the coast, Busua and Ada beaches offer palm-lined shores and a slower pace. Lake Volta, created by the Akosombo Dam, is one of the largest man-made lakes in the world. It swallowed villages when it was created, but today it provides hydroelectric power, fish, and transport. In the north, Larabanga Mosque stands as one of West Africa's oldest Islamic buildings, made of mud and timber, still a living house of worship. And in Kumasi, the capital of the Ashanti, markets overflow with kente cloth, carved stools, beads, and brass weights once used for measuring gold dust. Kente is one of Ghana's proudest cultural treasures. More than just colorful fabric, every pattern carries meaning. Once reserved for royalty, today it is worn at weddings, graduations, and festivals. Each design encodes a proverb or philosophy. A black and white cloth might signify maturity, while a bright multicolored pattern celebrates joy. Wearing kente is not fashion alone. It is storytelling in threads. Accra, the beating heart of the country, surprises many visitors. It is modern and restless, with art galleries, Afrobeat concerts, and nightlife buzzing in Osu and Labadi. Yet history sits nearby. Osu Castle, once a seat of colonial power, still stands. Independence Arch honors freedom, and the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum honors the father of the nation. Street art flourishes, especially during the Chale Wote Street Art Festival, when entire neighborhoods turn into open-air galleries. Accra is not just Ghana's capital, it is a symbol of Africa's creativity and resilience. Beneath these attractions lie Ghana's hidden truths. One of the most surprising is that Ghana is one of the world's top cocoa producers, supplying a huge share of the chocolate eaten globally. Yet many cocoa farmers live in poverty, their hard labor contrasted with the luxury of chocolate abroad. Another truth lies underground. Ghana is still rich in gold, with mines that sustain the economy, but also raise questions about environment and equity. In Accra's Makola market, chaos appears to reign, but in reality, complex systems of trust and informal credit hold the market together. It is a reminder that African economies are sophisticated in ways outsiders often fail to see. Even in traditions surrounding death, Ghana surprises. Funerals are grand, often lasting days with music, dancing, and feasts. Some families commission fantasy coffins carved into shapes that reflect the deceased's life. A fish for a fisherman, a cocoa pod for a farmer, a car for a driver. These coffins, crafted in workshops around Accra, have become works of art admired globally. They reveal a Ghanaian truth. Even death can be celebrated with color and creativity. What many don't know is that Ghana is also home to amazing natural wonders. Lake Bosomtwe, near Kumasi, is a crater lake formed by a meteorite impact thousands of years ago. Locals consider it sacred, believing it is a place where souls pass after death. Only wooden canoes are allowed. Motorboats are forbidden. It is both a place of beauty and reverence. Another wonder lies in Ghana's wildlife. Mole's elephants, though wild, have been known to wander near villages, and some locals treat them with familiarity rather than fear. The balance between humans and nature here is delicate but enduring. Another heartbeat of Ghana is its music. From the traditional rhythms of talking drums to highlife, hiplife, and modern Afrobeat, Ghana has shaped Africa's soundscape. Osabisa brought Ghanaian rhythms to global stages in the 1970s, and today, artists like Sarkodie and Stonebwoy carry that legacy forward. Music is everywhere, in markets, taxis, weddings, funerals. It is celebration and commentary, art and survival. Football, too, unites the nation. The Black Stars, Ghana's national team, have carried its flag proudly at World Cups. Matches stop traffic, and victories bring entire neighborhoods into the streets with drums, horns, and dancing. Finally, what many may not expect is that Ghana is one of Africa's most stable democracies. In a region often marked by turmoil, Ghana has held peaceful elections and transitions of power for decades. It is regarded as one of Africa's strongest democracies. What Ghana is to Africa, Accra is to Ghana. It is the bustling capital, mirroring the nation's drive and diversity. Here, skyscrapers brush shoulders with colonial-era buildings, while hawkers sell their wares amidst the urban buzz. At its heart, Independence Square commemorates the nation's hard-won freedom. Nearby, the National Museum showcases Ghana's rich heritage, from tribal artifacts to independence-era memorabilia. Yet Accra isn't just about its past. It's a city that pulses with energy. The Osu Oxford Street is a shopper's paradise, offering everything from imported goods